So let's talk antennas. It's been a while since I've last talked about this. Um, the, when planning out your station, you don't have to have a complete picture of everything you want. When you first start out, you need to think, okay, I need a tower, I need this, I need that. No, you don't need any of that stuff. I decided to get a TV tripod. I don't remember what they are, like $50 at the time, something like that. And then I found, actually my dad's shed, I found a pipe that fit in there, and that's why I have everything mounted on today. Now, since then, and I have not installed this yet, this is on me. I have since gone out and got an electrical conduit, a metal one. Those have a nice thick wall on it for a little extra strength. And I want to put that in there instead to get things up a little bit higher. And then also I have a different antenna to put up on top. But you don't have to go out and spend all this money on things. All you need to do is put something up. What I happen to find out for me is a half-wave dipole at 2 meters fits vertically in my attic. I mean, I'm pushing it close to the top of the roof, and I'm getting it really close down to into the insulation, but it fits in there perfectly, and it works very well. So that is one of the antennas that I use on a regular basis, especially during the summer. I'll just leave up the mobile hooked up to that, and that's kind of my primary antenna for most of the summer. I'm a little less worried about lightning with that one, but obviously you can still get lightning. And then for HF, it's just all wire antennas. Now, I start with the NFED half wave, 80 meters. So that's 126-ish feet of wire, something like that. And I had that strung out one way off the same point on top of my roof. And then I more recently added in a 80 meter dipole and a 160 meter dipole. I was like, okay, I gotta run more coax. Like, wait, no, let's make it I always forget the name. I want to call it flag, but it's not flag. But it's a dipole with multiple limbs off of it. So I just did that. I have the 160 meter antenna going off this way, and I have the 80 meter antenna going off kind of sort of this way. So they're not even stacked up. They just have one common feed point. I also plan on adding in a 10 meter and a 6 meter onto that. Probably this fall yet. I might want to try and get that done. Just so that I have better coverage. And it has worked very well for me. I think it's slightly adjusted the SWR, my 80 meter. I never even tuned it. I just left it as is, and it's working great for me. And like I said, I'm going to add in a 10 meter and 6 meter. And the primary reason for that is because I can't do 6 meter. I can force it a little bit, but I can't really do digital 6 meter at all. And 10 meter, my antenna is just not quite right there where 10 meter just doesn't work very well for me. So I figure put in a specific 10 meter. That way I'm good. I know I'm solid. 12 works, 15, 17, all those others have worked for me. It's strictly just 10 I've always struggled with. So I'm going to do that so I don't have to worry about any issues there. But the point of this video isn't to talk about my antenna system. It's to really talk about kind of just now, don't necessarily have this big vision, because I had this big vision at first, and that's gone out the window. I've been slowly adding things, slowly changing things, tweaking things as necessary. To me, the dipoles are a temporary solution because I want to, at some point, replace things. One thing I have planned at some point is 160 meter full wavelength Skywave, and that's a massive antenna, and that's going to be a little bigger undertaking because I want to kind of do it right in quotes, and I want to put it in trees. I want to put pulleys on it so it flexes and weights and all that stuff, and I'm just not there yet. So that means I got to rent the cherry picker to get up there, and I'm just not worrying about that right now. Everything's working as it is. Sometime down the road, I will start acquiring all this stuff I need, because it's almost 600 feet of wire I need to put up in a loop to make it work. I have the room. It's more of all the materials and work and everything involved to make it happen. And I'm still trying to figure out where I can get a longer spool of wire than 500 feet, because I'm going to have to join them together. And for strength, I prefer not to have to do that. So start slow, do a dipole, do a off-center fed dipole, do a end-fed half wave, 40, 80, whatever you have the room for, and just start building off from there. You don't have to jump in full bore. I like the multi-band options, like the off-center end-fed or off-center dipole and the end-fed, because you get a little more flexibility. And then you can just expand from there. So start there, start small, and keep on building. Unless you have lots and lots of money and lots of time, then you go have fun. But the other thing I want to talk about real quick is towers. And in my head, I'm always like, where would I put a tower? Where would I put a tower? And every single time, like, I have the room for a tower, but I don't have the room for a tower. My property is laid out as such that there's not really a great spot. Could I put one up? 100%. But then I got to mow around all these guides, and I got to mow around all this stuff, and I got to do this, and I got to do that. And like, I just don't appeal to me. It just does not appeal to me. So things to kind of consider as you start doing this. As you're mowing lawn, think like, where would this tower go? What is the impact to what I do out here? And is it something I want to deal with? And then you can start to backtrack and figure out, well, how do I get to that point? Will I have a tower? Yeah. I keep looking at them. I see free ones out there all the time. They look like they're in good shape. At least from pictures, they look like they're in good shape. But then I got to take them down, which means I probably need to get a cherry picker or rent something to take it down. Then I feel more obligated. I got to put something up, and just go one step at a time. So get on the air, 7.3s, WX0MK.